leaf of cabbage imekatakatwa kama ya jela, and then ilikuwa na Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's good to see you guys again. Today we're going to make dinner. I am making matoke and I'm making viazi pia. Okay, matoke is bananas and potatoes, Irish potatoes. As you can see, I've already prepped whatever I need to cook, so we're just gonna get into the cooking as I tell you guys the crazy experiences I had in boarding school, both primary school and high school. If you're new here, thank you for coming and thank you for joining my video. Please remember to subscribe, like my video and share my video. Comment down below where you're watching from and let me know how you cook your matoke, because I'm gonna show you how I cook mine. Guys, before I even start this video, I just want to say a huge thank you to every one of you who has been engaging with my content and everyone who has been viewing my videos and liking and sharing. Thank you so much. I appreciate y'all and it's only going to get better from here. So without much further ado, let's get into the cooking. Guys, the first time I went to boarding school was 2009. I was in class 5. That was my first time ever to go to boarding school, and the shock that got me, guys, oh my lord. I was in class 5. I went to this boarding school in Karatina. It was called Fred's Grammar. I had never been to boarding school before, and let me tell you guys, the first thing that really shocked me was the food. The food was really terrible. Oh my god, I had never eaten ugali with cabbage and water. You know, it's like cabbage that is cut into like one leaf of cabbage imekatakatwa kama ya jela, and then ilikuwa na supu mob, and then the ugali was so disgusting. I had never eaten such kind of food. That was my first traumatic experience. The good thing about my primary school, there was a place where you could buy cake. We used to call them manjagari. Guys, I don't know if you guys have ever taken like porridge imekwa juice cola, uji na juice cola, because that's how horrible our porridge was. We used to put juice cola in the porridge, and then my primary school had this canteen, this small canteen that was manageable. They used to sell those majagare, which are cakes, and some gumus, which now that one you can survive. Now me, I never had pocket money. I just used to borrow, but I'm so glad I had so many, like, you know, I had good friends in primary school. I used to just borrow and I used to, like, you know, before nizoe yo chakula, it was a bit difficult for me. And then I realized the hacks to liking the food. That place, that canteen also used to sell Rico cubes. Can you imagine? We used to buy raw Rico cubes and put them in our githeri, like uneka Rico cube kwa githeri ndo ikuwe tamu. Those githeris, they have those weevils, mbosha, weevils, walking mbosha, like walking weevils in hot githeri, and you eat them, pom pom pom. And now look at me complaining about that. Let me just not mention about my high school experience. Let's just talk first about my primary school experience. So guys, I put oil. I'm gonna go in with my onion. I've cut like the green onions and the red onions. One thing about me, I like onion. Onion, I think, is my favorite part of cooking. I love onion. I love cooking onions, but I don't like my onions like very, very cooked. I like to like just taste my onions in my food. I like to just call like na coke, na orange, na mango, I think. We used to put them in porridge because the porridge was so pathetic and then it was so tasteless. So the juice cola used to put like a little bit of taste. Unaweza like ikunywa vizuri. It was sweet with juice cola. Without juice cola, it was disgusting. The other thing is waking up early. Like I think we used to wake up early and shower with cold water. And those people that used to shower with hot water had to have like a letter from the doctor stating they have problem ya kifua. Guys, imagine maneno za connections zilianza kitambo sana. Una imagine? Ati mimi siogangi na maji baridi. Nikioga na maji baridi nitaanza kukohoa. And then there was us soldiers of crime. We used to shower with cold water. And then the other thing that also shocked me was the bathroom was a hole. As in, kila mtu anaona kila mtu. There is nothing you're hiding. You see each other naked. You see each and every size. Like it was really traumatizing for me coming from like the village, because I grew up with my grandmother. So like I went to another village also, because where the boarding school was a village, Kianjega. So I was so shocked. I had never seen a woman naked. I never seen a girl naked. So like being in a bathroom with very many girls, you know, all sizes, naked, we're just showering together. It was so traumatizing for me for like the first month. You know, it was crazy for me. I didn't think like those kind of things exist. So fast forward, it was in 2009. I think the second time I had already gotten used to boarding school. I had like already made some friends, and then now there used to be visiting days. That school had to have visiting days, and then we used to have funkies. You know, the school choir, it was a 7th day school, so we used to go like outside the school for service, for Saturday service. I was a member of the school choir, so we used to go outside, and when you go outside, we used to be given some time to go to the supermarket for those who had pocket money to buy some snacks, you know, and then come back to school. My primary school wasn't that bad. It was traumatizing in a way because there are things, you know, like unajua, there are these things that umeandikwa Kiswahili speaker. You know, I don't know people in other countries if they know that, like in Kenya, in schools, we are beaten if we speak Swahili. They want us to speak English. If you're caught speaking Swahili, there are these people that write those lists. Before we continue, I'm gonna go in with my hoho. There's nothing that elevates the smell and the taste of food like hoho. For me, I love my hohos. So my onions are not even brown, but I just went in with my hoho, and also I'm gonna go in with these dania stems for them to cook together. Imagine I'll be in Kenya in schools, we're usually punished if you're found speaking Swahili. We used to have monto, it's called, I think, monto, that thing that you hang on your neck, or you will have a list, and then the headmaster would call us, like when you go for assembly, anaita majina, the following people, Kiswahili speaker, come and see me. Hey, my God, the beatings you would get. And then our director used to have this cane. It was called a black cane. It was like a pipe, a Bunsen burner pipe that has been made straight and firm. My God, that man used to beat our buttocks. And we were girls. God, we were girls. We used to be beaten in the buttocks. He'll beat you anyway. Like he didn't care. It's just your head and your face that he would not touch. He just beat you. Boom, 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 boom. My God, for speaking Swahili. So tengine watu wakiongea Swahili unadhani ati wanajifanya hawajui Swahili. Ni kwa sababu tulikuwa tunatandikwa tusiongee hiyo Swahili. The other thing that used to happen in my primary school that was so crazy is called kenganga. We used to have this thing called kenganga. Kenganga was when we would do an examination, and then there used to be a target, a pass mark. If you are below that, it is over for you. It is done for you. There was this field after every examination. After the examinations are done marking, we used to go in time ya kenganga, and then you would be taken to that field, and then the director would call names, you know, for those above the top mark, you know, like I think it used to be 300 or 350, the pass mark. So if you're below 350, even if you're below 349, if you're 349, you get 1 cane. So tulikuwa tunapelekwa kwa kiwanja tunakaa kwa kiwanja, tunaitwa majina, wenye sawa kwa below wanaambiwa walale chini. So it used to be a line. People used to be like lying on the ground, not on the floor, on the ground, on dust. And then now the director would come. He's the only one that used to punish people during kenganga. He would beat you. You'll be beaten on your buttocks. If you're a girl or a man, all of us on the ground. And I'm also a victim. I was beaten maybe once or twice, you know. I was a smart girl, but you know. used to beat us. That man used to beat us, like beat. There used to be these self-righteous people that would write people like at a. This is a list of people with boyfriends. You were written you and your boyfriend, you and your boyfriend, you and your boyfriend, and now when the list is being called, I'm telling you the beating you'll receive. I'm so glad that right now I think they banned beating people, but my time we received that beating proper. It was so my god. Tulikuwa tunatandikwa, unashangaa. Unatandikwa shuleni, ukienda nyumbani bado unatandikwa. No wonder me I don't like violence because I received it very well when I was a kid. There was so much violence in my life, that's why I don't like violence. So I think high school, I don't know, maybe you wouldn't need to pay me to go back to primary school, but I don't think you would pay me any amount of money to go high school, to go back to high school. Those 4 years were the most traumatizing years of my life. When I look back, I like, my god, why? What was the reason? What was the damn reason? Cause hey, tell me why in my high school you used to wake up at 4 to go for cross country, 4 a.m. to run. They already knew the students that were capable for representing the school in marathons, but they made us, all of us, run 4 a.m. Tell me why we were running at 4 a.m. and that 4 a.m. you have showered, you've done everything, you're not going back to the dormitory, you're running, you're cross-countrying, and then you go back to class. 4 a.m. My god, 4 a.m. I wonder why I'm not a Kipchoge right now. 4 a.m. And if you're found hiding, you will know. Utachapwa, ushangai. High school for me, I always say high school was training me to be a policewoman or a soldier or a military person, because there's so many things that used to happen in my high school but that I didn't even understand. So in 2012, Form 1, 2012 nilikuwa Form 1. That's when I joined high school. I was among the first people to be admitted in high school, and I just think my mom just wanted to dunk me there and go. I was among the first people to be admitted there, and they would inspect you, what you have. There was a matron there. I would inspect what you have in your bag, in your box, in your metallic box. In those boxes, these little boxes are high school and you're in a guara. Should inspect what you have, if you're ready, Then when they're done, they just put you aside. So they will put us under a tree. Imagine, under a tree. They don't even take you to the dorm. They take you under a tree to wait until they're done admitting everyone. So like I got there like by 9. I think I was done being admitted. I was just seated there, and they finished admitting people at 6 p.m. and they gave us lunch. Guys, boarding school, the food was terrible. Let me just say it was. I don't know about now. But the food was terrible. And now making the matter worse, in my high school there was no canteen, there was no snacks, bringing in outside food, even a chewing gum you wouldn't. It was you and eating that bad food. If you can't eat that bad food, starve and die. But now because I'm not dead, you just know I had to eat that food. I had to adapt. My god, it was so terrible. I remember the first meal we had was also ugali and cabbage. I don't know what's with boarding schools with ugali and cabbage. I just don't understand. I wouldn't want my kid to go to a boarding school in Kenya anyway, unless it's like those schools that they cook rice and chapatis and whatever. Because even in our schools, we used to hear about other schools that they eat chapati, they eat this and that. But high school yetu, ukipatikana na hiyo bigiji utabaya shule mzima bigiji, na hiyo shule mzima haitakula hiyo bigiji, utakuwa sijui wapi. I was in Form 2. I decided to join, what did I join first before I was removed? And both of them I was removed. When I was in Form 2, I decided to join the Science Congress. So Science Congress is where you come up with, you get creative about something, and then you have to show it off, and then there are judges, and they decide if you're gonna go to the district level, national level, level, other levels. So I decided to join the Science Congress because I'm a smart person. naturally, I'm a naturally smart person, so I decided to join the Science Congress, and I had this project of making chattels from scratch, from ashes, making like something that, you know, combust, something you can burn, you know, from scratch, from ashes. I used to know how to do it. I passed the first level. I passed the second level. Okay, the first level was a drink at our school. The second level was at a neighboring school, which I passed. Also, so I was going to the next level. So the next level, we were going like mixed students from different schools that had like passed their projects. Kama project yenye imepita like from different schools. Wale students wenye wamepita tulikuwa sasa tunaenda pamoja kwa sababu haikuwa wengi, tulikuwa na I think one bus. And that time we used to have a lorry for a bus. Kwa tunaenda hiyo project Kilgoris. So my school was in Narok, but now we were going to Kilgoris. So obviously we wouldn't go. The thing used to happen for like I think days. A guy's sweater, he was from Narok, boys. My God. Just a sweater. Nilitolewa hiyo Congress. The teacher would take me and my fellow students from my school there. He thought it was inappropriate for me to wear a sweater because I don't know if the sweater was making me pregnant or the sweater was making me get D's or E's. I didn't understand. But imagine alinitoa kwa project na nilikuwa nimepita, I was too advanced. Unaona wale watu wanajonga kunini nyota za watu. That teacher was that teacher. I had to write like several letters explaining that I was just wearing a sweater. Please return me to my project because, you know, the thing had a future. But he said no. Still now that I'm an adult, I'm almost turning 30. I don't understand the reason alikuwa ananitoa kwa hiyo project kwa sababu nimevaa sweater. Honestly, seti waliambiwa now this school we are closing it because your student wore someone else's sweater. Anyway, let's just move on because I didn't understand. So also we used to wake up like, did I say we used to wake up at 4? By 6 we were supposed to be in class, 6 or 5:30. And then we used to have this lady, her name was Cateress. Her name was, she was a Cateress and then she was promoted to a matron. Hey. I am telling you guys, this mama used to come to the dormitory asubuhi na mapema. Na mti refu, he used to have like a long stick like this. Ati anapita amepata unavaa nguo kwa nini saizi? Na unajua time ya prep haijafika. Unavaa nguo kwa nini saizi? She used to beat us to that mti. Imagine ukiwa uchi anakuchapa nayo. Torture. Siongelele ni saa 11 ya asubuhi ama saa 10. Na unajua kale kabaridi kana kuanga. If you've been to Narok, you know how cold it is sometimes, yeah? Imagine ukichapa uchi. Sasa uko na goosebumps, unatetemeka, umeoga na maji baridi, unajaribu kujipaka mafuta. Sasa umeoga na maji kikombe moja. Kwa sababu mtu aliiba maji kwa chini ya bed yako. Imagine. Kwa sababu mtu aliiba maji kwa chini ya bed yako ukiwa preps ya usiku, kuna wenye walijificha wako kwenda preps, akaiba maji yako. Sasa umeenda umeomba maji kikombe moja, umeshaoga mwili mzima na maji kikombe moja. Uko hapo unatetemeka, mtu anakuja na kuchapa na kijiti. Chwa, mbona hujavaa nguo mpaka sasa hivi? Na time haijafika. Guys, tell me that is not torture. I will not go back to high school. Like, while I was joining Science Congress, I also joined the music club. Science Congress, mwalimu wa music akaambiwa nimetolewa Science Congress na yeye akanitoa music. Nika misbehave, nilitolewa saa zote. Ni watu walikuwa na dim tu nyota za watu. Like, I don't understand. I do not understand. Did I tell you guys before we used to like break for holidays tulikuwa tunapimwa mimba? There used to be this nurse. She would just put her hands on your tummy like this and she would know if you're pregnant. She know if you're pregnant. And those people that hawako wanatolewa hizo clubs, hawako wanadhani watu wao ndio wabaya, they ended up leaving school because of pregnancy. Sisi wenye tunavaa sasa tunaambiwa tutoke kwa hizi club. We finished school, we passed very well. Lakini the first strike that happened in my high school, it was because tulikuwa tulikuwa tumesabiwa githeri imeganda for lunch. Una imagine belly ya lunch imering, tumeenda lunch and then they serve us rotten githeri. So me, I was still a newbie. So the strike happened, people went home and me nikabaki, and other people, I feared going home because I didn't know why was I going home. Actually, it was a bit crazy, especially when it was almost time for KCSE, because now that's when you start seeing real colors of people. Some people think you're excluding yourself, you don't want to study with them because you think you're too clever than them, you do not want to help them revise. Guys, it's almost our final examination time. If you separate yourself, if you go to read in another room, they're like, these people are pretending to be special. There was such a beef, especially in my year. There was such a beef because had leakage, people had this and that. It was so crazy, guys. Boarding school, my boarding school experiences, they just traumatized me. And even after high school, I think after years after high school, sometimes when I have nightmares, I just dream that I'm back in high school. And especially that examination time, because it was so traumatizing. It was so bad. It was so bad. So my potatoes were just cooking. I added potatoes before I added the matoke because the matoke don't take time to cook. Before, I had boiled some meat because I love my matoke with meat, and also hii supu ya nyama inafanyanga matoke inakuwa tamu. So I'm just gonna put the meat in this waru, zipike pamoja. As they are cooking, tutaongeza 1 Royco cube. Mimi kitu nilikuwa nachukia sana ni hiyo chakula mbaya na usingizi. Kutukatisha usingizi. Till now I don't see the reason why I used to wake up sioni venye ilinisaidia kuamka saa 10 kwenda class, honestly. Maybe kuna watu ilisaidia, but mimi sioni venye ilinisaidia. Okay, you wanna talk in my YouTube video? Okay. Guys, my cats won't talk. Okay. Nakumbuka kuna time nilikuwa class. Nakumbuka kuna time tulikuwa tunakula lunch and we were eating githeri. Oh, did I also say high school from Form 1 to Form 4 for the 4 years every day lunch, there is no change in lunch. It was supposed to be githeri. So every day, every lunchtime, githeri. So dinners used to change between ugali, rice and beans. Ugali and rice and beans. Imagine, hakuna kitu kingine, ugali ama rice and beans. Na siku ya rice and beans haushibi kwa sababu ya venye unakuwekea kidogo. Siku ya ugali kwa hapo, ugali jaiva, ugali inaonja yak. As I was saying, kuna time nilikuwa tunakula lunch, it was githeri. And I was eating on my last bite. I was like, what's that weird taste in my mouth? Kwani nimeona mama yake imeharibika. Guys, can you imagine nilikuwa nimetafuna inzi? I chewed a housefly. I chewed poop. I chewed a housefly, and that was so traumatizing. And then kulikuwa sasa na mastudio bado wenye walikuwa na connections wakiwa high school pia walikuwa wanasema wakikula githeri wako na ulcer, so wakilangi githeri. So they had these doctor's letters, which I think they were actually faked. Coming to think of it, they were fake letters. So they used not to eat githeri, but walikuwa wanakula githeri kwa sababu they would come and exchange with you, wanakuambia chani kweke rice nusu ama ni kweke ugali nusu. So sisi tukikula githeri lunchtime, kama ni siku ya ugali sapa, wanakula ugali lunch. Kama ni siku ya rice sapa, wanakula rice. So siku ya rice, wanakuja na kwambia nipatie rice nusu na beans na wao ni githeri nusu. So wanakula rice, beans na wanachanganya na githeri. Niambie kama wewe mtu uko na ulcers. I also say we used to eat bread once a week, only on Sundays and public holidays. If it is a public holiday, we eat bread. And that bread used to have one, ni kama umechota hivi mafuta unapaka hivi blue band. So unampatia mkate nusu, anampatia sahani nusu ya mchele na beans. Kwa sababu si ukiweka rice na beans watu wako wanashiba. Jua kwa kitu kidogo hapo. Tumepatikana umelala morning prep, unaambiwa ulale the whole day hapo nje kwa flower bed. Imagine ati unaambiwa uende blanketi ulale hapo kwa parade. Ndio watu wakikuja shule, those people that are coming to inquire about your school, they'll just find you sleeping there and you just like feel ashamed. Ama ati ukipatikana unaongea Kiswahili unalima flower beds za shule nzima ama una slash. That was their way anyway. It's not like I'm questioning their way. I'm just saying like I don't understand why those things used to happen. Prep inaisha saa 3. Umeenda saa 3 unafaa ufue shati, unafaa ufue uniform zako uzianike ziibiwe. Kwanza ukiwa form 1, nikiwa form 1 all my clothes was stolen. I was left with one pair of socks na sweater. Sorry guys. Shati, so sometimes we used to wear one shirt 5 days, 2 days one side, 2 days another side, another day you fold the collar, ama you make a collar with a piece of paper, you like fake it till you make it. Now that I've been talking about bad things in high school, let me just say about one good thing that I liked about high school was CU and entertainment nights. We used to go for these Christian Union things and we used to worship and praise and jump. And then our CU, I think the pastor used to bring these gospel artists. We used to like have a good time before we go back to the normal routine of torture and oppression, you know? Stories zangu za high school zimeishia hapo. I wish you guys could see my pot. But it's looking really good. So because my potatoes are cooked, I'm just gonna go in with this supu maji yenye nilichemsha nayo nyama. So nitaiweka. Hizi viazi bado tuipatie time ya kupika. Yeah, I mean, to give them time to cook. Guys, imagine season ya avocado. Imagine season ya avocado. I have eaten too much avocado mpaka saizi zinani disgust. Saizi I cannot put avocado in my mouth because I would usually like have that punishment. Until you spoke another language, like let's say you're in America and a student just spoke Spanish and then you punish them. I don't think there is that kind of policy, but I don't know, I stand to be corrected. Here, if you're like if you are found speaking Swahili in school, utajojui. Kwanza wale to prefect tukiandika ati Kiswahili speakers. And then there used to be these rumors that would go around like, guys, umeona kuna list ya Kiswahili speaker imepelekwa kwa principal. Umeona kuna list. And then you'd have to start doubting, am I among the people? Am I in the list? And then tuko naitwa kwa assembly. Mnaachwa after assembly ndo mnatandikwa proper. And then our high school principal used to tell us that every minute is a learning minute. So if you're found walking in school, why are you walking? You should be running. Every time you should be running. If you're going to the toilet, you can't be walking, you run. If you're going to the dining hall to eat, you just running. Umeshakuwa kichoge shule. Unakimbia. And then she was a short lady. I respect her a lot. She was a nice lady. She was a nice lady, but hide somewhere because she was so short. And then she would just look, who is walking, and then she would appear and then call you, come here. Why are you walking? Every minute is a learning minute. I'm an A student. You're just running. Nakimbia kwa dust, running. Okay. So guys, my potatoes are halfway cooked. I'm gonna go in with my matoke. And then nitaongeza maji. Saizi bado ziko na maji ya nyama, but nitaongeza maji. Napenda mandizi zangu zikiwa whole. zisivunjavunjike, I mean zisikatwekatwe, ndio ziive zijikate zenyewe, hivyo ndio mtajua zimeiva. I'm just gonna give that a stir to mix everything together. As usual, nataka kuonja nyama. I'll just cover that and let it cook. If you realize sijaweka chumvi kwa food yangu, najiambianga nichague kati ya moja Royco ama chumvi, but Royco always wins. What you wanna say to the camera? Say it. Say it. Say it. Say. Say hi guys. Say hi guys. So guys, here's the food, here's the matoke, here's what I'm eating for dinner. I enjoyed making the video and I'm gonna enjoy this food also.